I didn't dial to threaten. I called building management, calmly explained the situation, and asked them to send someone to check on the disturbance. My mother froze mid-rant, her keys still in hand, as if realizing she crossed a line she couldn't uncross. She stammered, "You're really doing this?" I didn't answer, just held her gaze until she stormed off, muttering about how I'd regret it. The broken panel and scattered dirt stayed as a reminder, but I swept it up later that day, not out of obligation, but because I wanted my space clean again. The next few weeks were a blur of silence. No texts, no calls, no knocks. The group chat, from what Uncle Leon told me, had turned into a pity party, with my mom and sisters spinning tales of how I'd abandoned them. They tried rallying distant cousins, painting me as the heartless one who left them to drown. But the stories started cracking. People weren't buying it. A few relatives reached out to me privately, curious about my side. I kept it short. I stopped being their bank. They didn't like it. Most nodded and let it go. Some even apologized for not noticing sooner. Brielle's car situation got worse. Without my co-signature, she couldn't secure another loan, and her credit took a hit. She moved back in with Mom, and the two of them bickered constantly, according to Leon. Megan, meanwhile, bounced from job to job, unable to keep up with her lifestyle without my handouts. Aunt Cheryl sold more furniture, her posts on Marketplace growing desperate, with captions like, "Need to downsize, tough times." I didn't gloat. I didn't feel joy in their struggle. It just felt like the natural consequence of their choices. I focused on my own life. Work was steady, and I started spending more time with friends who didn't see me as a wallet. One weekend, I joined a local hiking group, something I'd always wanted to try but never had time for, always being on call for family. The trails, the fresh air, the easy banter with strangers who didn't expect anything from me. It was like rediscovering what freedom felt like. One guy, Marcus, became a fast friend. He'd gone through something similar with his own family, cutting ties after years of being used. We swapped stories over beers, laughing at how absurd it all seemed now. Then, about 2 months later, I got an unexpected email. It was from Aunt Cheryl, of all people. Not a text, not a demand, but a long, handwritten style message. She apologized. Not the half-hearted, "Sorry you feel that way" nonsense, but a real one. She admitted she'd gotten caught up in the family dynamic, leaning on me without giving back, and hadn't realized how much it hurt me. She said she was working on herself, seeing a counselor, and trying to make things right. She didn't ask for money or favors, just a chance to talk someday when I was ready. I didn't reply right away. I sat on it for a week thinking. Part of me wanted to keep the wall up, but another part saw something different in her words. Sincerity, maybe. I wasn't ready to jump back into family dinners, but I sent a short response. "I appreciate the apology. Need time, but maybe we'll talk." It wasn't a full bridge rebuilt, but it was a crack in the door, enough to let some light in. My mom and sisters, though, stayed silent. Leon said they were starting to figure things out. Mom got a part-time job. Brielle was taking budgeting classes, and Megan was looking into community college. They weren't thriving, but they were surviving, and that was enough for me to know I didn't need to carry them anymore. I wasn't their savior, and they weren't my burden. One Saturday, I hosted a small barbecue at my place. Marcus and a few others from the hiking group came over, along with Uncle Leon, who brought his famous ribs. We grilled, laughed, and swapped stories under string lights on my patio. No one asked me for a dime. No one excluded me from the conversation. It was just easy. I looked around, the glow of the lights, reflecting off their faces, and realized this was what family could be, not blood, but people who saw you, valued you, without strings attached. I still kept that folder of screenshots on my phone labeled receipts, not out of spite, but as a reminder of what I'd walked away from. It wasn't about holding grudges. It was about protecting my peace. I'd spent years being the family ATM, but now I was just Nathan, living my life, building my own circle, and finding joy in the quiet moments. The air smelled fresh again, like that Saturday morning months ago, but this time, the stillness wasn't fragile. It was mine. Never miss a twist. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Stay tuned to Reddit Tales Times for your daily dose of stories.